Well, thank you very much, Sophie.
Yeah, thank you, Sophie. Looking good in the blonde hair.
Jordan Denning representing Cooper's MMA, flying all the way over here from Ireland to fight.
This is the thing, Irish MMA, the Conor McGregor effect, it's just on the up and up, and it used to be Irish boxing, and I don't really hear about many Irish boxers anymore. It seems to have really dropped off, but I know there's MMA clubs everywhere. There's SPGs all over Ireland now, and the Irish absolutely love it. I mean, it's just the Irish personality. They love a scrap, they love a tear-up, and what's more of a scrap and a tear-up than mixed martial arts?
Exactly, and as you said, that McGregor effect is in full swing. A lot of these young lads who've just come into the gym as our man Conor was on his meteoric rise are just getting to the point where they can start competing, where they can start making a big dent in the European MMA scene. So we're hopefully going to see a little bit more of that today in Jordan Denning. But standing across the cage in this lightweight fight will be my man Lee Anthony from Elite Training Center. So obviously, my heart is where it is. But we'll see where it's at.
You're not supposed to be biased if you're a commentator. But the Irish effect, it's the Conor McGregor effect has been amazing. Even my own classes, I teach mixed martial arts, and my own classes have really grown, and people come in, and I can talk to them about GSP or Chuck the Down. They have no idea what I'm saying, but I talk Conor, and everyone knows.
And his opponent entering the cage into the red corner. Make some noise for Lee Anthony.
Steve, tell us about Lee Anthony. He's a training partner of yours.
He's one of the longest, most rangiest fighters that you'll ever have to deal with. He's got a very slick boxing style. He's been mixing it up more with kicks and knees, and his ground is getting much improved as he continues to train both gi and no gi.
I always think
he loves it, and he always comes out bouncing.
He looks like he's got arms like Mr. Tickle.
He can tickle you from any part of the cage.
That should be his next walkout shirt. Come on. Well, Lee Anthony's very active, right? He's had a lot of fights here at Battle Arena.
Yes, at least 5, I think, recently. This will probably be the 6th. I think he's on a 3-2 record at the moment, so he's looking to keep that clean. He's looking ready to go. And he works security in the evenings. He's always ready to train. He's always working hard. He's one of my favorite fighters, one of the favorite people to train with, and really one of my favorite students because he just works so hard. He's a real workhorse, and he's ready to tear it up at any time. His first fight, he came out and he just rocked the guy in under 2 minutes. Took the guy right down with a big right hand. He loves the scrap. He's ready to go.
Now Jordan Denning from Cooper's, that is a polished beard. He's got the 8-pack abs going on. He's got the fashionable, perfectly trimmed beard. It's a good looking man.
Introducing first fighter in the blue corner, weighing 69.6 kilograms. Representing Cooper's MMA, Jordan Denning. And his opponent fighter in the red corner, weighing 17.5 kilograms. Representing Elite Training Center, Lee Anthony.
So here at Battle Arena, we have referee Paul Nichols, and you know he does a little show called Glory as well?
I did know actually. So he's a world-class kickboxing referee, and he's here to bestow his safety techniques and understanding in the Battle Arena cage. Here we go. Got a lot of attitude here from Denning. He's probably a little bit of a star, or believes he is. And there's the jabs coming there from Lee Anthony. He can, as you were saying, he looks like Mr. Tickle. He can touch you from almost anywhere in the cage, and look, there he's boxing him up real good. Inside leg kick.
Nice takedown there from Jordan. Got his arms together.
Yes,
Didn't give Lee Anthony any chance to get his legs wide.
He's capturing that elbow too. Looking to make his pass into side control a little bit easier.
And he switched to the other side. Very slick.
Lee seems to have captured that. He can bring his back against the cage here and possibly wall walk.
Jordan's doing a good job of controlling him, but Lee's using that cage to get back to his feet.
He's going to get twisted back down, I believe, right now.
This is the battle of the pressures. Oh, Jordan landed a couple of big ground and pound shots there. Oh, he's doing it again.
This is almost a bit of a schoolyard headlock position. Lee's got to be careful not to give up his back here.
What does Lee Anthony need to do from here, Steve?
He needs to turn his hips away and into the cage. He gets rocked right back down. He could have looked for maybe reaching through to the leg, but he's fighting the hands very well of Jordan Denning.
I'm so impressed by Jordan Denning's grappling. It's So smooth. There's pressure, pressure, pressure. He's always got his hips in the right place. Very smooth. But look at this from
Big
Leanthony.
spin for the leg.
Reverse
Good.
for the leg lock. Oh, but Jordan's leg lock is of his own. 50-50 guard. We don't see this very often in MMA.
He's done very well to go for that 50-50 as H. And now he's got to keep him away with that length.
Jordan would be in a really strong position if his leg wasn't where it is. So our viewers, you can
Very
see
good. I'd love to see Lee try to hip through a bit more.
Yep.
And he could probably re-roll Jordan quite easily there.
So for our viewers, if you look at Jordan's left leg, you see the way it's pointing the other way and trapped between Lee's legs. That makes it very difficult for him to hold the position. He's constantly being pressed away, and it's torquing on his knee. And we call this position, it looks a bit awkward from here, but we actually call it 50-50. It's when both legs are kind of laced inside. And it's quite an even position for both guys. But
some big right hands landing there. Jordan Denning as Lee kicks away, looking to make some space. There's he almost got the triangle. He needs to grab his shin. Good, good. Oh, Jordan Denning's able to slip out momentarily.
Jordan's very aware of it.
I want to see if H can bring his foot out, but he can't. Momentarily there.
Jordan is a real pressure fighter. Just pressure, pressure, pressure. Very, very impressed.
It's going to be very hard to deal with.
Oh, another triangle attempt. Oh, Jordan just slipped out.
Yeah, Lee Anthony's doing really well to control the wrists. He ends up in side control again.
Like a cradle side control here. Still has the leg. Very wrestling style. Very, very close fight. Jordan's just got a little bit more pressure. He's just been able to stay on top. Lee Anthony's constantly getting out, scrambling for position, but every time Jordan's just winning those little scrambles. Wow, what a fantastic start to this fight.
A very, very good start for Jordan Denning there. He was able to control the position on the ground and able to work very well there. And to keep it calm, he needs to focus more on the head. And Lee Anthony needs to focus more on the head for the takedown situations. And also look to maybe tie things up a bit more, secure those positions, not necessarily work off your back. But I know Lee Anthony's got a very strong takedown game of his own, so maybe he wants to implement that in the second round.
Jordan Denning, who I commented had the most beautiful beard, is sponsored by Chop Chop Beard Salon.
Makes sense.
Representing beautiful beards.
Everywhere. Beautiful beards all over.
I'd like to see a little bit of a striking exchange. That was all grappling. Saying that Jordan's takedown at the start was brilliant. Such penetration on his attack there for the wrestling, and just grabbed his leg before he could even think about sprawling. It's all about commitment, isn't it, Steve? It
is, definitely. It's all about making sure that you commit and then you get into that position.
H, you know the game. It's round 2, baby. It's where we want to be.
There's zero bias from here at Ballerina.
Of course. I'm professional.
Jordan looking the fresher of the two, considering he was on the bottom most of the last round.
Lee Anthony, that's Lee Anthony. That's my man.
Sorry.
And a right hand lands and has Jordan Denning looking away. He catches the kick. He doesn't.
That's more like it.
Keep that control.
Maybe should have just gone back to his feet then.
Maybe. That's what I would have said. He can push the head in for a bottom side triangle if he knows what he's doing there.
Be optimistic to catch a reverse triangle, but not bad advice, Steve. Jordan's got great control.
He's tying him up really well with that leg. If he can push the head, he can look for that triangle from the bottom. He's shrimping out very well. He needs to bring his hand back in.
His right knee, his bottom knee across, then be able to recover guard. That's what he's looking for now. He's trying to trap that leg, get a half guard or a full guard, but Jordan just driving back down with his relentless pressure. If he can get it, he does have the arm around his head. If he can get his knee out, he would be in a good position, but Jordan's probably very aware of that. He's using that to hold him down.
And he's not going to get as much power from Lee Anthony because he's not as compact of a fighter to be able to re-roll that. He needs to let go of the head and start using that as a frame, so using that left arm as a frame rather than wrapping over the head.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you wrap that head, you're only using one arm to escape then. It's hard enough to escape with two arms. Really good work by Lee Anthony. He's moving around, he's constantly bridging, constantly making space, but Jordan's pressure is incredible. What Jordan probably needs to do is, we call it a Von Fu check, where he drives his left shoulder into Lee Anthony's face and then makes him have to let go of the arm. Oh, he went for it, but Lee Anthony timed an escape. Got to what we call turtle guard here. Excellent work, excellent work.
Needs to stand up, does Lee Anthony right now.
Jordan's
being
got it.
called for.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Good, fight the hands, fight the hands.
He ended up here, bringing it around. Jordan looked
Now
to his
he's
corner
concerned
for advice. Excellent work from Jordan, listening to his coaches.
Good. Now head position from Lee Anthony. It would be appreciated. Good. He's got some head position now. He's going to land some knees into the inside leg. He loves that position there.
The cardio of Lee Anthony, what a comeback.
He's a real focused and really hard training partner.
He's Jordan starting to get a little bit gassed. Just looks like he's lost. You know, just at the beginning of the fight, he seemed to outmuscle Lee Anthony very easily, but now Lee Anthony holding Jordan against the fence.
He can hook the leg. Lee Anthony could hook the leg. He's got to watch out for the wizarding side of Jordan Denning because he can use that leg to move in. Good knees landing. There we go.
Great. Oh, knee out the middle.
Just a bit low.
This is a shame for Lee Anthony because it actually plays into Jordan's hands because Jordan is clearly the more tired of the two fighters, but he's straight back in, warrior spirit.
Accidental. They're calling it accidental. And it starts a little bit better for Lee Anthony because they're away from the clinch.
Lee Anthony needs to stay on his feet, although Jordan's very confident, just hands down, just slipping out the way. Quite slick hands.
Good check from Lee Anthony. Right kick.
Wow, what
Jump.
a great round two.
Well done from Lee Anthony.
That would be that's quite a hard round to score. Jordan was got the takedown at the start, was putting a lot of pressure, but then Lee Anthony towards the end of the round was making a bit of a comeback, holding against the cage. You know, in my scorebook, that's 1 round to Jordan, and maybe 1 round to Lee, round 2, and it's everything to play for in round 3. This is Battle Arena. This is Battle Arena 50, brought to you by Viking Warrior Nutrition. Viking Warrior Nutrition is the only place to get spats, rash guard, shirts, protein bars, Viking helmets, probably. Anything you need.
I'm sure there's some drinking horns as well at vikingwarriornutrition.co.uk. Why eat like a man when you could eat like a Viking?
Just hands. Who needs cutlery?
I'm wondering who has the finishing power now, because Jordan Denning, a very strong showing in those first 2 rounds grappling wise, but he didn't seem to have that little X factor that's going to be able to finish this fight for H. Finish this fight against Lee Anthony. Now Lee Anthony's got to come out and he's got to really make a statement here. Either he's got to finish or he's got to submit him. You've got to think that you're 2 rounds down.
Now, if you want to know my fight of the night, then listen to the Slaphead and Giraffe podcast, where we'll be summing up this Battle Arena 50 show.
H still looking, Lee Anthony looking very, good inside leg kicks. Seems to have a bit flustered. There's right hand lands again. There's definitely damage being done to Jordan Denning's face.
It's Superman from Jordan.
And it's just not being set up very well. He's got to watch out for that counter right. There's the high kick glances. Lee Anthony showing many different.
Lee Anthony uses his long arms well. Sometimes we saw Stefan Struve at the weekend, and he's a giant fighter and just doesn't use jabs, doesn't use his range. But Lee Anthony,
good jab there,
using those Mr. Tickle arms.
Yeah.
But Jordan's head movement's so good. He just slips side to side, and another great takedown.
Yeah,
he is
just
so
caught
good
him
at that.
Got him when his legs were together. That's all.
And straight to the side, so slick.
Oh, Lee Anthony doing well with wrist control there.
Oh,
looking for his triangle. But he passes the leg all the way over, unfortunately.
Jordan doing a good job of passing. He's very aware that triangle choke is there.
I see Lee Anthony's looking to work that knee out.
It's going to be
He's
hard
almost
to
got
do.
it there.
Oh, Jordan very slick, getting his head to the other side. That's more like
good job.
Ooh,
way to expend out.
Almost lost the position. Oh, great passing work from Jordan.
I'd almost like to see Lee Anthony stand up here. Well, when the exchange happened there, to stand up.
I'll say of Jordan, you know, it's not the most beautiful grappling in the world, but I just think pressure. Every time he's just leaning on just pressure. There's no space. He's the boa constrictor of jiu-jitsu. Lee Anthony at the moment just looks like he's just trying to survive. He needs to go back to the turtle he did earlier. That seemed to work for him. Or turn towards him, try and slide his left knee in, get back to a half guard or a full guard. But he's losing this round here, and he needs to do something quick.
It's just been a game of top position, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the game of MMA. I mean, Jordan hasn't done much from the top. He hasn't landed particularly huge. Oh, but he might do now. He's got the arms tied up.
Trapped. Good. Bridge from Lee Anthony. He's got to get that right arm in front of the face. Try to form his frame.
Lee Anthony is just... He is fighting so hard to get out of this position, and he's just been doing it non-stop. He doesn't even look tired, and he has been, being on the bottom of a grappling exchange is so exhausting. And it's such a credit to Jordan's pressure that Lee just can't do anything out there. And now he's looking for that horrible crucifix, old school position, trapping both arms and then hammer fist into the head.
Yeah, there's a lot of positivity in Denning's top game, and Lee Anthony's just not forming that frame in front of the face, losing to and getting to make that distance that's very necessary in order to escape from the bottom position.
I think we just see Jordan right out the clock now. Go for the win. I mean, in my book, that was 2 rounds clearly to Jordan, and the middle round was could have gone either way.
Yeah, that was very good. Very good little position. Very good position.
Both fighters, incredible performance. Very, very impressed. Both these guys, very, very skillful. Jordan's takedown. That was the difference. Was that diving takedown? It was just so slick. It
was well timed a few times there. It's exactly what it was.
Got straight, and it is hard to do when you're at the end of a long fighter's punches because you are really far away from them. When you're on the end of Anthony Peters' jab, that's a long way. But he shot underneath, got his arms together, trapped those legs, and it meant he kept scoring some big takedowns.
Yeah. Just got to be more aware of those takedowns in the future, Lee Anthony. Be it that sprawl from the second round, circling to the back, maybe wasn't the best idea, but looking to stand up, there's many things that can be done.
I call him Anthony Peters. I think he's a TV presenter.
Was though. Yeah, Lee Anthony.
That's what I meant.
Known to everybody at our gym as just simply H. Good job, buddy. Really good showing for Jordan Denning. Lee Anthony was in there towards the end, showed great conditioning. Good work.
And check out Chop Chop on Jordan's hat.
So after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for the results. And the winner is, via unanimous decision for the fighter, in the blue corner, Jordan Denning. And please make some noise for your Lee Anthony.